Hi team. So this weekend I was going through a book by Rod Judkins titled Make Brilliant Work. I think we all strive to make brilliant work to thrive in our workplaces. And the book was quite interesting. There are many takeaways, but I just took 5 out of the many ways that are shared in the book. And today we are going to talk about those 5. Also attracted me towards this book was not actually the title but the subtitle, where it said from Picasso to Steve Jobs, how to unlock your creativity and succeed. So actually that acted as a trigger. Let's look at the first way. So it says you have to be odd to be number one. Do you guys identify this face here?
Einstein.
It's not Einstein. It's Dr. Seuss.
Oh.
So Dr. Seuss is a very celebrated author for children's books. Now, how is he odd compared to others? When we as parents, so I have experience of buying children's books. Once I had bought this stories by Sudha Murthy, and to me it felt like a very good book. I felt it will give moral values to my son, and he would love to read or sab acha acha hoga, etc. He didn't like the book at all. एक पेज पढ़ने के बाद उसने आगे पढ़ी ही नहीं. So sometimes it happens कि parents को जो चीज बहुत सही लग रही है, या it is fitting into that moral criteria of what you want to give to your child, but child is not interested in that. So what Dr. Seuss did, he took exactly the opposite approach, something which is odd for others. So before I talk more about Dr. Seuss books, I want to show you what Chams thinks about these Dr. Seuss books. Let me know if you can
Hi,
hear.
Cham.
Hello.
So, what do you feel about Dr. Seuss books?
It's strange,
It's strange.
it's funny, and it's great.
And is it different from other books that you have read?
Yes.
So, would you like to open any page and show what do you like about it?
They're like crazy creatures like a doctor.
So, it's hard to imagine a duck and a dog hybrid.
Yeah.
So, that's
And
why.
in a series called Green Eggs and Ham, it's just crazy.
So that's how Cham feels about books that are written by Dr. Seuss, because the way of writing is very different, very crazy. It's like beyond our imagination, but children love it. And at the same time, he is able to teach children the basics of language, from phonics to alphabet to spellings to many things. And so both the motives are solved. Parents का motive भी solved है कि बच्चा सीख रहा है, और बच्चा भी engaged है because he's enjoying the way that information is presented to him. So I looked for a similar example for the point of you have to be odd to number one. Does anybody identify this person?
वो चैनल पे आते थे.
Mad. Can't recall his name. I think he's that guy.
So he's a
Mad
very
show.
popular designer. His name is Virgil Abloh.
Oh, he's not that.
Now do you recall? So he designed a series of shoes, and it was a collaboration of Nike with Off-White, and the series of shoes are called Air Presto. And what I'm going to tell next is going to, I think, surprise you as to what he did. So, like we have Zerodha, yeah, stock market for investment, like the shoes are also traded, and the price that these shoes, this limited edition of shoes, is getting sold, the last sale happened at $3,343. And the retail price of this shoe was actually 160 when Nike released it. And these are limited edition shoes. So what happens is people buy and then they sell, and very few pairs are there. So we know that rarity is, people want to own those rare designer stuff. So this what I just portrayed is the success that he got. But how is he odd, or how is he different from the rest of the shoe designers? So his concept or his theme to the shoes is called deconstructed sneakers. Deconstructed. So what he does is, I have a shoe here. This is same as what's shown in the presentation.
I have to turn off the background, Diriti.
Let me remove the virtual background. Now can you guys see?
Yes.
So what he says is, there is a lot of craftsmanship and detailing goes into creating a shoe, but everything is hidden inside. जैसे stitches होती है, अब जब आप दो कपड़े को stitch करते हो, जो stitching होती है वो अंदर की side होती है. So what he did was, he actually inverted the shoe. माने जो भी shoes के अंदर की चीज है ना, वो सारी shoes के बाहर ले आए हैं. For example, यहाँ पर ये जो स्टिचिंग शू के अंदर होनी चाहिए थी, ये बाहर है. ये जो टेक्स्ट यूजुअली शूज के बाहर होता है, he has hidden this. जो ये शू की टंग है, ये टंग ऊपर की साइड होती है, वो यहाँ ले आए हैं. उसके अलावा this tongue, the stitching is usually not seen, but if you see in his shoe, you can see that stitching. ये भी जो इंटरलॉक वाली स्टिचिंग होती है, that also can be seen. So what he did was, he did something odd. The things everybody hides, he actually uncovered that and created a new design. He felt that the labor, the details, the hard work that goes into creating the shoe should be seen. And he actually became like really successful. There are many other things that he's famous for, like streetwear. And then there is Jordan, another shoe, and many other things. If you get a chance, do watch one of his interviews. Then the second point is, to make brilliant work, you should be a creativity magnet. Now, what do we mean by creativity magnet? Ability to, just bringing something or absorbing something which stimulates your brain, and it increases your creativity. So the story that was shared in the book is about a designer who used to design furniture, and she had been doing a good job. She had a team of people, 3-4 years, it was fine, but she needed to have something different. And instead of hiring a designer, what she did, she actually hired a sculptor, and she asked the sculptor that you design anything you like, you're just free to create any sculptures, and if you create something good, you let us know. So that sculptor actually created a diamond shaped chair. The chair that you see here, it's a diamond shaped chair, and it's actually one of the very iconic designs of 20th century. Now what the lady did, she wanted to have some creativity in the space, and instead of hiring one more designer, she altogether did something cross disciplinary. So bringing stuff from cross disciplines is also a way to boost your creativity. Then in the book, there were also examples wherein a university professor, what he does, instead of taking his students in a classroom, what he does is he would take them to a cafe or some other place, just that the minds of his students are stimulated by the environment or by the different things that they absorb. Nitish, you wanted to say something?
I just wanted to say, this chair was that a comfortable chair at that time? I mean, I mean, or did she choose creativity over comfortability?
So the book did not mention anything about comfort.
I mean, just like a random thought came to my mind. Oh, is that chair even comfortable? I mean, a diamond-shaped chair. If I have to sit, what will happen to my back? And yeah, but yeah, I mean, makes sense.
I think maybe we need to sit and see.
Yeah, it might be like, yeah,
But
I
it
mean,
was not really popular. Many people accepted it. So there must be comfort to it. Although I didn't explore that part of it. Then, if I were to ask you, how can we get creative in our work? Like, how do we stimulate our brains, or what can we do in our daily work environment to stimulate our creative brains?
So first thing is to know what you're doing currently. Second thing is to either add something to it or remove something from it.
Uh-huh.
So that is what I follow.
So, like a formula setting. But how do you stimulate your brain to generate more ideas?
Sleep well. Have
Sleep.
some
Uh,
some boredom in life. Like I'm telling my thing. I'm not just saying. Have enough time to think of stupid things, not just thoughts that matter, thoughts that don't matter even that's after 100 or 200 years. But just imagine about it. The 80% of entertainment industry is sci-fi. Iron
Mhm.
Man, Superman. What are they? Those are from the future. They're not relevant today. Might not relevant in future also, but we go to watch them because we find them creative. Why? Because we know they are not realistic, yet we are fascinated. So don't pack your
Interesting thought, Vijay. You let yourself be and
yeah.
your mind wander
Don't
to.
pack. Yes, yes. Just don't pack what every productive mantra is asking you to, because creativity is something which do not have a set formula, yet it has a set formula. That is, you have to have some space to think about things that don't matter and bringing that thoughts to something that matters. So that is something which is called creativity. It reminds me of a great example of the spaceship बनी थी, because we are talking about design. तो उस समय एक बहुत फेमस डिजाइनर था, उसको हायर किया गया बिकॉज अब स्पेसशिप इज वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स, राइट? तो अब लोग एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे वैसा क्या इसमें ऐड करेगा, एंड ही हैड नो आइडिया. जैसे बोल रहा ना कि इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी किसी और स्ट्रीम का था वो, ही हैड नो आइडिया अबाउट स्पेसशिप. तो उसने कहा ठीक है मुझे टाइम दो. ही टुक हिज टाइम, सब कुछ. अराउंड 6-7 मंथ्स बाद वो वापस आया, तो लोग एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कुछ ऐसा आइडिया लाया होगा. तो उन्होंने कहा कि स्पेसशिप में एक ट्रांसपेरेंट विंडो लगा दो. पूरे स्पेसशिप में जो स्पेस में जा रही है एक ट्रांसपेरेंट विंडो नहीं था. तो उसका आइडिया ये था कि यार हम जा रहे हैं ताकि हम वहां से अर्थ को देख तो सके दिखता कैसा है. तो दैट वाज हिज ओनली डिजाइन. और तब से स्पेसशिप में ये ट्रांसपेरेंट विंडो का कॉन्सेप्ट है, वरना स्पेसशिप पैक्ड होती थी.
Nice. So it's about the perspective.
यस, अगर वो अपने शेड्यूल जाता है मुझे यार अभी करके देना है तुरंत, तो वो कुछ ऐसा कॉम्प्लेक्स इंजन का शेप ये कर दो, लाइट वेट कर दो, कॉस्ट कम ज्यादा कर दो. बट उसने सोचा कि यार एक अलग ही तरीके से सोच के लाया कि यार उसको पता ही नहीं साइंस का, तो उसने इमोशनल सोचा कि यार मैं उतनी दूर जा रहा हूँ, देखूं तो दिखता कैसा है.
Right. Practical. वैसे Nitish, the point you also raised about the comfort, maybe it's something I shall explore and let you know. कि अगर इतना celebrate किया है, iconic design है, तो comfort था या नहीं? That's a good.
अगर मतलब iconic था, people have purchased. I mean, it might be comfortable. It might have been comfortable.
But we will explore and see कि है कि नहीं. So what other ways are to instill the creativity is, reading books, reading blogs, and working from different places. जो हम अभी नहीं कर पा रहे, but हम उनसे क्या करेंगे? Maybe once a month or once every 2 weeks, we will choose to work from a different place and see if it brings any changes in our work. Maybe किसी कैफे में जाकर, किसी पार्क में जाकर, या किसी WeWork टाइप की जगह पे जाकर. So let's try that. Then the next thing here is a brilliant process creates brilliant work. So this is the third way of making brilliant work. What they say is, so uh, you may work on one project, next project, but if you are only involved in that project and not thinking of it as a process to create something, you will not be able to repeatedly create brilliant stuff. If we talk about concurrent and our approach to writing articles, so we have created a process, the way we take input from the client, the way we look for SEO terms, the way we create the outline to give to the writer, the way we try to bring in content from research papers where academia spend months to collect that knowledge, and then we try to make it visual, we try to make it engaging, we try to write it in an anecdotal way that people enjoy reading it. So these are nothing but steps of the process which we are gradually making even better to create brilliant content for our clients. Same can be applied to whether it is social media or whether it is content strategy. If we can work on the process to make it better and come up with very good output, I think our productivity and our ability to create good work would increase. And we had also learned it in that Harvard article wherein you must have processes to go to that next level of the company. So the picture that you see here is of an artist. This person, he's famous for drip paintings, and he worked on his process for 20 years, and he is celebrated all over the world for the kind of paintings he creates. Then the next thing is, the fourth one here is, ruthlessly edit your work before someone takes a look at it. So the story that is shared in the book is about a person who created the film called Psycho. So he had created the film, and on the day of the premiere, when the movie got over, there was silence in the room. People didn't applaud. In fact, it was supposed to go in cinemas, and because people did not like it, they were really bored. They thought it should go maybe as a TV series or something. And the person who had created it, he felt really bad about it, and he ruthlessly edited his film. So at that time in 1960s, actually the film looked like this, and he kept on cutting the portions and kept editing until he was satisfied with what he had created. And ultimately, the film that came out after so much editing was actually one of the top 10 films of 1960s. So the author of the book suggests that we must edit our work until we are satisfied with it, and we should be able to foresee a little as to how others would think of the article. So that was the fourth way the author suggests to make brilliant work. Vijay, we lost you in between. The point here is,
there was a network issue.
no problem. Ruthlessly edit your work before someone takes a look at it. So before sharing our work with anybody, we should ourselves see it twice, thrice, and edit. Until the time we are not satisfied, we shouldn't share it with maybe our client or other members of the team for peer review, etc. Then the fifth and the final way here is, there are two types of people. One who are big picture thinker, and one who are details thinker. Let's look at the big picture thinker. They are creative, they have ideas, they look for patterns, and they are able to bring solutions, but they do not like to get into details of anything, and they do not like that they need to do the repetitive work for any of their chose or work. And then there are detail thinkers. They like to be, very organized. They will check every little thing about their project. And actually, because they are detail oriented, they are good at improving something that's already there versus working on something new. And when they do this, they often forget to take a look at the bigger picture of it. For example, there is a series that I've watched a couple of episodes. It's called Making the Cut. When fashion designers come, it's a reality show. They are given an assignment. They create the clothes. Now, one instance I particularly remember, the team had a very good imagination. Guys, can you still hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you, but
Aditi, we can hear you.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
So in that, what designer did, she was a big picture thinker. She thought of a very nice design, how the apparel will look like, but she missed out on the details part of it. That is, hemming should be neat, the fold should be proper, the crease should be right. And for that reason, she actually came in bottom two. So what is needed is, you need to be a combination of both big picture as well as details. So if I talk about a movie or a film director, what do you think he needs for the movie to be successful? From big picture perspective as well as a details perspective.
From big
So
picture perspective, the story should go really right. I mean, there should be a plot in it. There should be a broad storyline in it.
Right. From details perspective?
How the emotions, how the director is able to convey the emotions of that needs to be conveyed. For example, when we watched Sher Shah, I guess all three of us watched that movie. I mean, how beautifully they conveyed, the director and the team conveyed the emotions at the very last when the funeral of Vikram Batra was happening. So yeah.
So the shorts list. So if I summarize what Mitesh just said about the details, is the list of shots that are placed one after the other, and the depth of the dialogue writing or the scene or the artifacts or whatever is shown. So that is the details. So for example, sometimes it may also happen that there is a very good plot, but we say our director did not do the justice to the topic, by having that details in the mind and presenting the story well. So, to make brilliant work, we need to have a combination of both brilliant, a bigger picture as well as detailed thinker. And now, if it so happens that in a team, one person is good at seeing a big picture, and one person is good at looking at the details, maybe they should try to do peer reviews so that the work is analyzed from both the angles, from the bigger picture as well as the details. And then that with that combination, we will be able to create something extraordinary, because it doesn't miss out on any perspective that is needed. So, would any of you like to sum up the 5 takeaways that we discussed today to make the work brilliant?
if I have to sum up, don't strive to be number one, just be odd sometimes, and that is the easiest way to be number one. Second, yeah, so the
My
edit
take,
part,
yeah.
edit your work before. Can Nitesh, you say something?
Yeah, I just said my takeaway is, I mean, you need to be both a big picture guy as well as a detail oriented person if you want to succeed anywhere. If you want to have that kind of creativity in your work. So yeah, that was one key takeaway for me.
So, as a team, you need to have both the skills.
Exactly. And as I guess a person also, you need to have both the skills.
I mean, Nitesh has defined creativity. It's very confusing. It becomes sometimes. So what is creative? What is creative? Like people say it's creative. So what is creative? And what is
To
creativity?
for me, creative is like, I mean, the way you think. So maybe I thought about something really different from others. That could be creativity. For example, someone designed that diamond chair. Now, I never thought of designing a diamond chair, but I mean, he designed a diamond chair. I saw that. I said, so creative. I mean, I never gave it a thought that this something of this sort can be done. For example, with respect to memes, I mean, people create so many memes. I mean, and a lot of them are really creative. When I say again creative, those are unique. I mean, you never give it a thought. I mean, we might have never thought about creating or thinking about a topic in a particular way. And they thought about something in a particular way. They expressed that through image, through whatever. I mean, through image, through their words, through physical thing, whatever. But yeah, that's creativity for me. But it can be different for Aditi. Maybe it can be a different definition for you.
I think creativity is a very, very broad term, and it can be applied in any discipline. It need not necessarily be visually attractive. So, visually attractive is not equal to creativity. However, it can be a subset, because creativity also lies in, making a dish in a way that same dish is maybe present.
That no one has thought about. Exactly.
Yeah, or adding a different set of spices, जैसे होता नहीं है इंडो वेस्टर्न कॉम्बिनेशन बना देते हैं. Yeah, it is also about words. Creativity in words is, if you are able to change the emotion of the reader in any form, to me that is also a creativity. The ability to think in a way that others are not able to think, जैसे कि नितेश ने कहा, that is also creativity.
Yes. So this question came from a very interesting concept. So while I was working on my creativity, so it's a word called Maya, M-A-Y-A. So it says the definition is most astonishing yet acceptable.
Most astonishing yet acceptable. Mhm.
So that stuck somewhere. So if I have to think creative, I have to think astonishing yet acceptable. For example, that chair.
Mhm.
It might be the most astonishing, but if it was not acceptable, we won't be giving the example in this session, right?
Right.
So that is my definition of creativity. So most astonishing yet acceptable.
So actually, you are combining creativity with practicality also. That it should have an angle. So to you, creativity is not just anything that surprises you, but it also has to be usable.
Yes, because you see, if I have to, for example, you talked about working from different locations, right? I go sit on Himalayas just to have to work from different locations. It's astonishing. Is it acceptable? No. So it won't be called creativity. It's just that I did something for the sake of being different.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it's just giving